So lately I have been talking quite a bit about premiums on silver rounds and silver eagles. Premium being how much you pay over spot. So if spot, for example, is $20 and you're paying $25 for an ounce of silver, your premium is $5. And we have talked about that quite a bit. We even did a video recently, about a month ago, where we called around to a bunch of different coin shops around the US and we tried to sell them 10,000 mystical silver eagles. And I say mystical because I don't actually have 10,000 silver eagles, but I wanted to see what coin shops would offer me. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out below. Now, a lot of you have been asking about 90% silver, so dimes, quarters, and half dollars. What are those going for? So right now, 90% is melting just over $14 per dollar. It is actually $14.42 per dollar face value. So that's every 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 2 half dollars, however you mix it up. That being said, the premiums on 90% silver, in other words, how much you pay for it, is considerably higher than that. We're talking $8 to $9 to $10 over that number. So with the premiums being so high on 90% silver, and admittedly 90% silver being very hard to find, a lot of retailers are sold out, what are coin shops paying for it? So that's what we're going to do today. We're actually going to get on the phone and we're going to call coin shops around the US and ask them what they will pay for our $600 in face value of 90% silver, half dollars, dimes, and quarters. So let's make that phone call. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe, because when we hit the 100,000 subscribers, every piece of silver in this chest, plus more that I will be adding between now and then, we will be giving away to you awesome subscribers. So make sure you subscribe for your chance at that. And speaking of silver eagles, don't forget to head over to today's video sponsor, sdbullion.com/silverseeker. SD Bullion is giving away 500 silver eagles. Yes, that is a full monster box of 2022 silver eagles. So make sure you head over there and put your email address in so you have the chance to get those as well. All right, guys, let's get on the phone and make some calls. So we have our first coin shop queued up and ready to go. As always, we will not be revealing the location of the shops, and we will mask their voice and the shop name because we don't want the internet being vindictive and hating on these people if they give lowball offers. And additionally, in this video, we are going to play dumb. In other words, I'm going to change my voice. I'm going to talk slowly and act like I don't necessarily know what I have. Let's get these shops on the phone and see what they offer me. Here we go with shop number 1. Yeah, do you guys buy the 90% silver coins?
We do. What do you have?
Well, I went through them. I don't know a whole lot, but I read online there's half dollars, dimes, and quarters that are 1964 and older, and those are all 90% silver.
Yes.
Yeah. What would I have a bunch of it? I counted up. It's like about $600. Like if you were to just spend it, what would you guys pay for something like that?
I'd have to look at the market. Probably 15 to 16 times the face value.
So times the times the face value. So I read online that means, like, you know, for every dollar you would pay $15 or $16.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
In other
right.
words, you take, if you got 500, then you multiply that times 15, 16, somewhere in that range.
Okay. All right. That really helps. Thank you so much for answering the question. I got to decide what I want to do.
Okay. Let me know if I can help, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. You bet. Bye-bye.
Okay, so our first coin shop did offer over melt, but not quite very much considering what it is selling for. So as we talked about it at the beginning of the video, anywhere from 22 to 24 times is around what you're able to get 90% silver for today. And they were offering 15 to 16 times. So I don't know what they're selling it for, and we generally don't ask what they're selling and buying for because it's going to look fishy. It's like, oh, well, what do you sell it for then? You know what I mean? So just given standard market, 22 to 24 times is what it's going for in the market, and 16 is really low. Again, it is over melt, but it is pretty darn low. But that is just one shop. Let's get shop number 2 up on the phone. And you know what I just noticed? I don't even have live spot prices up. There they are. Silver sitting at 20.29 as we make this call. That is a live number. Let's call coin shop number 2. Yeah, do you guys buy the 90% silver coins, like the half dollars and the dimes and the quarters?
Yeah, sure do.
Okay. So I was left this stuff and I don't know what to do with it. I did some research online and they're talking about like it has like there's silver, like 90% of the coin is silver. So
Hmm.
what would you pay for like something like that?
Basically the melt value.
Okay.
So right now, like a half dollar is $7.37,
Okay.
quarter 3.68, dime $1.47. That changes all the time, but that it'll be around that.
Okay, it'd be around that. Okay, because I
Hmm.
mean I read online that so I have a bunch of it. It was like I said, it was left to me. It's like I counted it up. It's over 500. It's like almost $600 if you were to just spend it. So if I just took that number and then multiplied it by you know whatever the melt value is, you said right, that's what I would have.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much. And that's what you guys pay, or
Yep.
okay. All right. All right. Well, how do you make money if you pay what the silver's worth? How do you make money? I mean, wouldn't you
It
have to
it
pay?
sells for a little bit. It sells for a little bit over that.
Oh, okay.
Like a half dollar sells for like $9 or $10.
Okay.
So, I mean, at least the fairest way for me to do it is to give you the value of the silver, and then the premium on top of that is the meat on the bone for me.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much. I have to think about what I want to do with this stuff. I'm just trying to do some research.
Yeah, yeah, and that since you got a quantity there, just give me a call if you're thinking about bringing it in.
All right. Thank you so much, and I will do that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye bye. All right, so coin shop number 2, I kind of worked my way into what would you sell it for, and he said 90%, half dollars would be like $9 to $10, so that's 18 to 20 times face, a little bit less, but at least we have some data. So if he's being honest, and I don't know if he is or not, but at least he was showing that we'll give you the melt for it, and then what we'll do to get our meat on the bone is what he said is we would turn around and sell it for a little bit more than that, $9 to $10 for a half dollar, like you said. I think they're going for a little bit more than that, but hey, you know what? That is at least a shop that I was able to kind of get the answer out of on both sides. So we'll make one more call to coin shop number 3, and then I'm going to get off of the headset and I'm just going to call some local coin shops in some two-party consent states like California, Florida, example, and we will give them the opportunity to give us some numbers. All right, so let's get coin shop at number 3 on the phone. Hi, do you guys buy like the 90% silver coins, like the dimes and quarters and half dollars?
We do.
Okay, so I was reading online, so they're, like I said, 90% silver. So would those be worth like the silver value? Like, how does that work if I were to sell some of it to you? See, I was left a bunch of it. I counted it up. It's close to like if I were to just like take it to the store and spend it, like almost $600. But I was told it was worth way more than that, which is why I started looking online. So if you
Yeah.
guys, yeah, if you guys were to like buy that, what would you pay for something like that?
So typically it's going to be roughly the same between like the dimes, like the same based on the silver content, dimes, quarters, and half dollars.
Okay.
Give you a better idea, for the half dollar, you're looking around $7.55 per
Okay.
coin. The quarter, you're looking around $3.50.
Okay.
And then the dime, it's going to be about $1.40, $1.41.
Okay.
And
So,
that'll change the silver,
right.
but typically if you say 600, 600,
Yeah, I was just
roughly,
counting it up, and I mean, there's a lot of the half dollars, and I mean, I just started like putting in a little stacks of like $10, and it's like about $600, like if I were to just spend it. So it
yeah,
sounds like
of course,
it sounds like it's worth a lot more than that.
probably like 8,500, yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I really appreciate, and I don't know, I just a lot to think about. Well, I'll put some thought into it.
Okay, all
All right,
right, yeah, definitely call us if you have any other questions.
all right. Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure, thank you.
Bye bye. Okay, so that was coin shop number 3, and if you saw the dimes, he said around $1.41 per dollar today. He said $1.41 a piece, so $14.10 per dollar. The quarters at $3.50 a piece is $4 per or $14 per dollar, and then he said the half dollars. I think he said $7.50, so like $15 times. So he's paying a little bit more for the half dollars than he is the dimes and the quarters. Now, if you noticed, with all 3 of these shops, I talked a little bit more slowly, and that's because I was acting like I didn't really know what I had. I inherited it or whatever it was, and so I wanted to get an idea what they would offer just the typical person who doesn't really know what they have or what they're doing if they were to walk through the shop. And if you noticed, we got offered close to melt by all 3 shops. So I think what I want to do today is call one more coin shop, but I'm going to talk like someone who knows what they're talking about. And I'm just going to straight say, look, I have a bunch of 90%. What would you buy? Or what would you pay for it? And, talk like I know exactly what I have and exactly what I'm doing. It will be a different shop, but it will be interesting to see what their response is when they're talking, when a shop's talking to someone who clearly knows what they're doing. And additionally, I was using a voice changer in all 3 of those.
Hey, sir, I was just wondering if you guys bought like 90% silver coins or something like that.
So as you can see, I sounded considerably different than I do here, and I just wanted to play dumb. All right, so I'm going to turn off the voice changer. We're going to call one more shop and just ask them straight out, hey, I have a bunch of 90%. What are you guys paying for it? And then we will call these shops in the 2-party consent states that I won't be able to call. But let's get one more shop on the phone. Here we go. Hey, can you guys tell me what you're paying for 90% today? I have some halves, quarters, and dimes, about 600 face.
Sure, right at the moment we are paying for quarters and dimes 18.05 times face.
Okay, and then halves or more?
19.4 times face.
All right, that's perfect. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, considerably different. Now, again, it's very possible that that shop that I just called would have offered that even if I had used the other voice and I played dumb. But you can see how different it was, just the response. He goes, yeah, we're paying this for dimes and quarters, we're paying this for halves. It was straight to the point because I called with the intent, knowing what I had and what I'm selling, and my intent was just to get the numbers. And so, of course, that shop, they're going to be like, all right, this guy knew what he has, so we better not try and lowball. Now, I'm not saying the other 3 shops did lowball based on my voice and the way that I talked, but it was very interesting to see the difference between the first 3 and the last one with no voice changer and talking like I knew exactly what I was talking about. All right, but like I promised, we are going to go ahead and put the data for shops 5, 6, and 7 on the phone. I haven't even called them yet, but I'm going to get them on the phone. Can't record. Here is the data. Take a look. Okay, so I just finished recording the last 3 shops and I put the data on the spreadsheet and now I have it on the screen. Normally when I'm recording, I don't have this data in front of me, but I do have it now since I'm recording post the phone call. But if we take a look at these shops, shop number 7 was insane. I'm going to tell you the story about that in a second. Let's look at 5 and 6. So shop number 5, 15-20 times face, really not bad compared to some of the other shops, but definitely on the lower end, and certainly not something I would want to sell my 90% silver for, especially in today's market, but it was over melt. Now, shop number 6 was more like shop number 4. They offered me 17 times for dimes and quarters. They actually offered me more for $half. And then we get to shop 7. This guy straight up told me, and again, I had the voice changer on. I was playing dumb in all 3 of these shops, 5, 6, and 7, voice changer playing dumb. This guy straight up told me when I asked him why it was only 11, because I read online that the silver value is over $14 per dollar. He told me that that's what he has to sell it for, and he has to buy it considerably less than that in case he doesn't sell it before the silver price goes down. In other words, he was telling me that he was selling his 90% for melt and was worried about selling it before silver dropped. Man, I wish I could have recorded that call. Unfortunately, again, it was in a 2-party consent state. There was no way I could have done it legally, but I was at a loss for words. Like, literally my chin was on the desk almost when I was making that phone call. Holy smokes. That shop was definitely trying to take advantage of me because I didn't know, quote unquote, didn't know what I had. Having trouble selling 90% silver at melt? Give me a break. But Most of the other shops were very legit, honest. They gave me somewhat decent numbers. I mean, shop 3, 1410 is under melt. Shop 2 was only melt. You know, the other ones were all above melt. So that is the data that I have for you today, and I hope that you guys learned a little bit and see the importance, which by the way is why I do these videos, of shopping around. If you're going to go and sell your silver to a coin shop because you don't want to do it on your own, you don't want to deal with that extra hassle of selling to an individual and, you know, whatever comes with that, and you just want to walk into a shop, hand it to a coin shop, get your check or cash, and walk out. Shop around first. I can't stress that enough. All right, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really greatly appreciate it, and we will see you next time.